All right, I hereby call this meeting to order. This is the Code Enforcement Magistrate for the City of Delray Beach. Cases will be heard in the order in which they appear on the agenda. When you hear your case called, go ahead and proceed directly to the podium on my left-hand side. The city will present its testimony and evidence first. You'll have an opportunity to review any evidence that the city submits and ask any questions of any of the city's witnesses, after which time you can present your own testimony and evidence, and I will make a decision. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, which means the formal rules of evidence do not apply here. However, all testimony is taken under oath under penalty of perjury. For the duration of the hearing, I'd ask that everyone please silence their cell phones and take any conversations outside the chambers. Do you have any changes to the agenda?
No changes to the agenda.
All right, can we please swear in the witnesses? Anyone that's going to testify or thinks they might testify, there's a possibility that you might testify, please rise and raise your right hand so you can be sworn in.
By the authority vested in me as a notary of the state of Florida, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
All right, city can call the first case.
Case number 1, IR code 25000090. Owner's name is Rosebud George East 1 LLC. Registered agent is CM Rack Inc. Property address is 400 East Atlantic Avenue, and it's presented by Code Officer Delinda Wachowski.
Good afternoon, Magistrate. My name is Delinda Witkowski. I am a Code Enforcement Officer for Clean and Safe with the City of Delray Beach. I am here regarding an irreversible and irreparable violation on case 25000090, which involves 2 restaurants, which is Green Owl and Kilwins. All notifications were mailed out on July 29th of 2025, and the posting was hand-delivered and signed on July 25th of 2025. On July 17th of 2025, as I was driving along on my regular, on the field and stuff, just going through the back, I have a tendency to walk through the avenue as I regulate the restaurants and the businesses, and I also drive in the back where I just make sure that everything is good and everything is sanitary and taken care of. As I was driving by at this location, I noticed one day that there was a bunch of black bags on the ground in front of the compactor that is a shared compactor. As I got closer, I actually pulled over and stopped and got closer to the compactor, and I noticed that there was a lot of leachates and juices and stuff coming out from the bags. And we have been having a very hot summer, and with the intensity of the sun against the bags, it accumulates the acceleration of the decomposition of the trash within, and it was leaking and pouring out of the pores and stuff and coming out of the bags and going into our storm drain.
So you said this is a shared business, correct? This specifically here is for which business?
For Kilwins and Green Owls. Okay. So due to the increased heat, like I mentioned, there was a lot of garbage juice as I approached and got closer and stuff, and everything was leaking into our storm drain water. You'll see that in our first exhibit in the video.
Okay, so now I'm showing you.
Let me show you.
Oh, okay.
Last time we had to press this to
All right, but I'm now showing you City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
I do.
Is this a video that you refer that you took on July 17th, 2025?
Correct.
So if you could describe to us what's going on.
Well, no, actually this was taken on, this was on the 17th. Not,
Could you describe to us what's happening?
so this is all the leachates and juices and garbage and stuff that was leaking from the bags and going into our storm drain.
So it appears that you were walking from the location of the trash can to down following the stream to how it was going into the city storm drain.
Correct.
And at the top of the photo, kind of where that car is by the drain, is that what you were referring to?
Yes,
going
that's
into the drain.
correct. That's the storm drain.
All right, thank you. City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes. What is it? What does it depict? And when was it taken?
So this was taken on July 17th, and it's just a closer view of how just the bags and stuff, everything is leaking, and you can see closer up all the oils and the garbage juice and the liquid flow just kind of mixing in together and going in direction of our storm drain.
And on the top left of the photograph, that's the trash bag, kind of what you were discussing earlier.
Yes, on the top left, yes.
Okay. City's Exhibit 3 for identification purposes, same questions.
So this is just going, just a closer look and stuff of it going in direction of the storm drain.
All right, and this is where you can actually see built up liquid and with the mix of the leachate and the oils and
Correct.
the items that aren't supposed to be in this.
Correct, I think, correct. So there,
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
no, I was going to say on this photo and stuff, you can see closer the oils kind of mixing in with the liquid juices.
Is it clear?
Absolutely not.
And that's City's Exhibit 4 taken on July 17th.
Correct, that's on July 17th.
And City's Exhibit 5, what does it depict and when was it taken?
So this was also taken on July 17th, which is just the compactor, as you can see, is overflowing to the rim, and obviously that is probably why they put all their bags on the ground.
Okay, and that's on the 17th, correct?
Correct.
All right, City's Exhibit 6 for identification purposes, what does this depict?
Okay, so this is just on property appraisal. It's just a overview of the location. They're actually on 3 parcels on that block, and this is the parcel that I'm speaking of now, which is 400 East Atlantic Avenue.
Is that the parcel that's kind of outlined in the blue lines that you, as a demonstrative aid, posted?
Correct. That's on the southwest corner.
And the arrow pointing?
The arrow pointing is where the dumpsters are, the location where the shared dumpster is.
Okay. City's Exhibit 7 for identification purposes.
Okay, I actually just wanted to put this in here that it shows all the restaurants on that block, showing Green Owl actually on the southwest corner here, and Kilwins is the top where it's just the one parcel.
And thank you. At this time, the city would like to introduce the 7 exhibits into evidence.
Okay, can I need to
Wait, before we gotta
I didn't
the
finish
exhibits.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
I'm Abby Raish Bennett. I'm the property manager.
Ms. Bennett, do you have any objections to the photographs? The
No,
city
I
would
do
like to
not.
put in evidence? All right. Without objection, I'll accept an evidence as a city's composite exhibit.
What were you saying, Mr. Chasky?
Oh no, so this is just I didn't finish my script, so it was a direct violation of Code Section 53.012, which states that illicit discharge is prohibited, whether it be domestic, sanitary, industrial, commercial, that is prohibited to be allowed into our storm drain water.
And based on your investigation, you were able to find items to connect this property, correct?
Correct.
No further questions.
Ms. Bennett?
The compactor is not on my property. We do have a shared agreement with the property next door to us. We were just talking before. We know we have an issue and we need to address it. That's really it. I mean, I don't know how those garbage bags themselves tie back to. Nothing was open, so I don't know if it was Kilwins or Green Owl. I'm not disputing that Green Owl is definitely an issue and everything else, but it's not on my property. I have no control of the compactor. I just have an agreement with the properties next door.
Where is the compactor?
Can you repeat that question? Where is it?
So Ms. Bennett is arguing that the compactor is not on her property, which
It is a shared, they have a contract, it's a shared compactor for all the restaurants on that block.
Which is what she admitted, and she also admitted they know that there's an issue.
They all use it.
I guess the question I'm trying to ask is where is the compound? Whose property does the compactor sit?
Technically, it's actually more on the 418 East Atlantic Avenue, the one in the middle there. But they all use it. They all equally use that same compactor.
What's the city asking for here?
So the city suggests a one-time fine of $5,000 to be paid within 30 days or an authorization to lien the property if not paid within those 30 days.
Ms. Bennett?
I have no control of the compactor. I mean, it's not even on my property. I don't know what else to say. It's not on my property.
I don't think the issue is not necessarily specifically where it's located, the fact that they have an agreement to utilize the specific compactor. And she's already admitted that they know that there's an issue, and she's admitted that they have the shared agreement. So I think the physical location doesn't preclude us from finding them a violation, since they have control over it.
I have an agreement here with the dumpster shared agreement, if you would like to take a look at it.
That's undisputed, but if you wanna,
Yeah, I'm just, because, sometimes code enforcement is a little trickier, right? Because it doesn't follow people, it follows property.
Yeah.
And fundamentally, you're responsible for what happens on your property. I guess the city's argument is because the disposal of the trash on your property is being done via this agreement, that it still makes you responsible. They might be right about that. It's complicated, but so the city wants to fine you $5,000. How would you respond to that?
It's not on my property. I don't know how I can control the compactor because it's not on my property.
I'm guessing the city would probably argue, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that they're not asking you to control the compactor, they're asking you to control the garbage that you guys are putting out there.
Mm-hmm.
that's correct.
And I've gone to the city because I've tried to do other alternatives, trying to get what were the totes we were trying to do, and some other things. And I have to resubmit some paperwork that was submitted back in 2015 that was denied for a dumpster because I'd like our own dumpster, but technically we really don't have the room without taking out a parking spot. So I'm being forced in a sense to use the compactor, which I understand, but my hands are tied.
I'm going to assess the fine here. I'm going to reduce what the city's asking by half. I'm going to assess it at $2,500.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you 30 days. But if it comes back, I can't show the kind of leniency that I'm showing now. So you're going to have to figure out how to get that trash handled without it.
Me and the property manager next door were just talking, and we're going to sit down and
Because, fundamentally, what the city is concerned with, even though they didn't really present it here in this case, but what they're concerned with is when that stuff leaks into the storm drain, it causes some serious problems for the city, and it also causes the city to be potentially subject to fines for water quality, right? So
I absolutely
these are
agree, yeah.
serious matters, and that's why I think the city's bringing them. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a chance to fix this.
Okay.
But you're going to have to try and figure out what to do, all right?
I will.
All right, I'm going to assess a one-time fine in the amount of $2,500 payable within 30 days. And I'm going to ask the city to work with you as much as possible to try and come up with some solutions here, okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, case number 2, IR code 25000091. Owner's name is 450 Atlantic Investments, LLC. The registered agent is James Batmazian. Property address is 450 East Atlantic Avenue, presented by Code Officer Delinda Wachowski.
Good afternoon, Magistrate. My name is Linda Bukowski. I am a code enforcement officer for Clean and Safe with the City of Delray Beach. I'm here regarding an irreversible and irreparable violation that is case 25000091, directly dealing with Big Al's Steak Restaurant. All notices were mailed on July 29th of 2025. Posting was conducted at the property, but it was hand-delivered and signed. I did receive the card today. I actually looked at it and received with signature on 8/1/2025. On July 17th of 2025, I was driving around on the back of the businesses. I noticed a shared compactor with a bunch of black bags on the ground. As I parked and got closer to the location, I noticed that there was a lot of leachate and juices flowing from the bags and going in direction of the stormwater drain. Because of the heat, of course, it creates a greater impact and decomposition of the solid waste and creates more of liquids, and this was the issue that kept going into the water storm. This is in direct violation of our violation of Code Section 53.012, which states that it's prohibited for any illicit discharge to go into our stormwater drains, whether it be domestic, sanitary, industrial, commercial. And because of this, the water it also goes into our storm state waterways and also into the intercoastal waterways, which creates a sanitary hazard for all of us.
Thank you. I'm now showing you has been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
I do. It was taken on July 17th of 2025. That is actually the video.
Yeah. Could you please describe what's happening in the video?
Okay, so as you can, I was just videoing it, the liquids, the garbage juice going into direction of our stormwater drain.
Thank you. And now showing you City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this, and what is it?
Okay, on July 17th, this was taken. It's just the juices, the leachate, and the oils all mixing and combining together. And just a closer view of it.
Same
Yep.
date. City's Exhibit 3. What does it depict?
Just different area, just showing the direction that it's flowing into the storm drain.
City's Exhibit 4 for identification purposes, taken on July 17th. What does it depict?
Okay, this is just a closer look so that you can tell, you can see the oils mixing into the garbage juice and just flowing in direction of the storm drain.
City's Exhibit 5.
This is the shared compactor where it is just packed to the rim and no room for anything else.
This is taken on July 17th as well.
Correct.
City's Exhibit 6 for identification purposes.
This is just a aerial view of property appraisal of the parcel, which actually,
Big Al's is not on there.
yeah, that is not Big Al's.
Okay, sorry about that. So, City's Exhibit 7. This isn't.
This is just again of the whole view of all the restaurants combined.
I said this
The
time.
back of it.
The city would like to introduce City's Exhibits 1 through 5 and 7 into evidence.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
I'm Jamie Indetto. I'm the property manager for Investments Limited.
If we can
I'm
have
sorry,
the
one more
address.
time.
I work for Investments Limited. We're the property management company for JHB Properties LLC.
And your name was Janine?
Jamie,
Jamie?
Jayme. Last name Indetto, Ndeto.
Indetto, is that how?
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Indetto, do you have any objection to the photographs the city would like to put in evidence?
It's just been a little challenging because she didn't really give the full picture. There's a lot of restaurants.
Hold on, I promise I'll let you tell me, but
Yeah.
procedurally I just have to know if you object to the photograph.
No.
Yeah, okay. Without objection, I'll accept those into evidence as city's composite. Let me let the city finish, and then you can tell
Okay.
me anything you'd like me to know.
One moment. Okay. You may continue, Ms. Witowski. I thought you were done with yours. Are you done with yours?
Yeah, I'm done. Shoot, I
The
think.
mailing and posting and everything.
Yep, the mailing was. Yep, I did all that.
All right, Ms. Indetto, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that it's a little challenging for us as a property owner to share a dumpster with someone who.
It's certainly sounding like it.
You know, I've gone around multiple times giving keys out, making sure everybody has what they need, because if somebody doesn't have the key with them to turn the dumpster, to compact all the trash, then there's no room. Then they just throw them outside, or the cleaning people overnight don't have the keys with them, so they don't know where to put it, so they just put it outside, right? And so our tenants, we're all involved in this, where it's been back and forth, and there's default on the contract, and there's non-payments, and all kinds of things. We've allowed them to use the compactor for 10 years that they haven't paid anything for this whole time. So it's been very challenging on our end to get another property owner to comply with the requirements. We have bulk removals and power washing, and I don't know if Delinda's noticed, we've added curbing around all the grease tanks and mop sinks and all this type of thing. Right now, we're in the middle of engineering to add a grease interceptor on that storm drain, so that'll catch any of the grease that goes down there. But also, in addition to that, we're looking into making some changes with waste management with the type of compactors that are out there. There's right now a recycling, but it seems like there's more solid waste than recycling. So there's just a lot of moving parts with 10 restaurants and all of these people using the dumpster. So I totally understand there's an issue, but I just wanted to give you guys the full picture of what exactly
I
is
appreciate
going
it,
on.
and I think it's worth pointing out, because this is not something you do every day. Code
Yeah.
enforcement isn't it's not a criminal procedure. And
Yeah.
we don't believe that you're villains of any kind.
Yeah, no, of course, of course.
The reason, and the city can correct me if I mischaracterize them, but the reason the city pursues such things is, as I was telling the previous person, they just can't have this going into the storm drains. It
Yeah.
creates all kinds of health and functional problems for the city to go through, and that's why they tend to be pretty strict about such things. And I imagine most people don't want to drink water that has whatever's coming out of those
Yeah.
trash bags in it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why they take it very seriously and understandable.
Yeah.
So, and I recognize, I don't
Yeah.
disbelieve anything you told me. I
Yeah.
realize that this is challenging, and I also recognize that you are trying to make efforts to do something
Yeah.
about it. But if, at the end of the day, you still can't have the
Yeah.
you can't have what the city showed in those pictures,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is the city asking for?
So the city suggests a one-time fine of $5,000 to be paid within 30 days, or authorization to lien the property if not paid within that time.
Listen, I'm going to do what I did for the previous person. I'm going to reduce this to $2,500 payable within 30
Okay.
days. But again, and this is the same promise I made, if this comes back again, I can't
I
begin to show
understand.
you the
I
kind
totally
of leniency I'm
understand.
showing you here. So it really needs to be addressed, and
I
you need to keep
understand.
the stuff out of the water, okay?
We're the next one too.
Okay, so hold on. Let me gavel this one, and the city will introduce. Go ahead.
Okay. Case number 3, IR code 25000092. Owner's name, JHB Florida Properties. Registered agent is James Bathmasian. Property address is 418 East Atlantic Avenue. Presented by Code Officer Delinda Wachowski.
Okay, good afternoon, Magistrate. My name is Delinda Witkowski. I'm a code officer for Clean and Safe with the City of Delray Beach. I'm here regarding an irreversible and irreparable violation, which is case 25000092, which directly involves 5 different restaurants, which would be Lemongrass, Cup 432, Gelato Company, Li Sorelli, and
I
the
won't even try
Colombian
to
Coffee
pronounce
House. What?
I won't even try to pronounce it.
So all notifications were mailed out on July 29th of 2025. I did receive the certified card returned, which was signed and received on August 1st. I hand-delivered the posting. It was also signed, and it was placed at City Hall on the 25th of July of 2025. On July 17th of 2025, as I was driving at the back of the properties of all the businesses and stuff, I had noticed that there was a bunch of garbage bags on the ground in front of the shared compactor. I pulled over and got out of the truck, and I noticed as I was getting closer, reaching the bags, there was a lot of leachate and garbage juices and oils and stuff leaking from the bags, going in direction of our sewer system. This is in direct violation of Code Section 53.012, which states that it is prohibited for illicit discharge to either be domestic or sanitary, industrial, commercial, to go into our water waste system. And because this also goes not only to our city's storm drain, but it also goes into the state waterways and also into the intercoastals. So, and this creates a hazardous condition.
I'm now sharing has been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this video?
I do.
And this was taken on July 17th.
It was.
Could you please tell us what it depicts?
So those are all the trash bag there, all the trash bags full, leaking out, all kinds of garbage juices and stuff going in direction of our stormwater drain.
I noticed the first time I've noticed your shadow there.
I was there before.
City's Exhibit 2 taken on July 17th. What does it depict?
So this is just a closer up of the juices. Just you can see them just coming out of the bags, closer up all the oils and juices just combining, going in direction of the stormwater drain.
City's Exhibit 3 taken on July 17th.
Just a different direction, just all the juices going in the direction of the stormwater drain.
So you can see the buildup of the liquid, the non-clear liquid, correct?
You can. It's
It's
a
like
little
a
more
buildup,
clearer
it's
on
like
the Exhibit 4.
But it's like sitting, liquid or moving.
Correct.
All right. City's Exhibit 4 for identification purposes taken on July 17th.
So on this one, you can clearly see that there's a bunch of oil, which kind of separates a little bit from the juices itself, because oil and water do not mix very well.
City's Exhibit 5 taken on July 17th.
And this is just the compactor, the shared compactor that is just overflowing.
Is this?
So
This is backwards, so we're going to skip that one. City's Exhibit 7.
So this is just the back of all of the restaurants. So there's a total of 9 different restaurants, I think, and just it's the whole block, just the back of the businesses.
Okay, so we can still talk about City's Exhibit 6 without regard to the blue rectangle. Is the property identified on this photograph kind of toward underneath the arrow?
Yes,
Above the arrow?
it's actually the big one right in the middle. It's because that actually has different. It's the one right in the middle, and on the side here, which has all 5 restaurants.
So if we're looking at the photograph, there's a blue arrow, correct?
Yeah.
And it's the property immediately above the blue arrow.
Correct.
All right.
And to the east side.
Okay.
And the arrow is where the dumpster is located.
All right. At this time, the city would like to introduce 7 photographs into evidence.
Ms. Indecto, would you like to state your name and position again?
Jamie Indetto with Investments Limited.
Ms. Indecto, do you have any objection to the photograph?
No, sir.
Without objection, I'll accept in evidence the photographs, the city's composite exhibit.
What is your recommendation?
The city suggests a one-time fine of $10,000 to be paid within 30 days or authorization to lien the property if not paid within that time.
Does this property have a previous violation with a finding of fact for a similar?
It does.
Okay. Do you have the information when it?
It was actually on a specific restaurant, just one at that time,
But for the same property?
for the same property.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Indecto?
I think you guys have them backwards. 450, the property that was
450 is Big Al's, yes, and 418 is
that
the.
we originally spoke about. That's the one that was fined already. This one was never fined before, so you guys should probably just swap how you guys are fining them. 250, the 200, the $2,500 fine should be on Big Al's, and the other one should be the. What
Yes,
you guys are
that's what was
suggesting.
said. So this one is on lemongrass. That was a previous
Yeah.
violation, which is on the 418 East Atlantic
Yeah,
Avenue.
yeah.
Correct.
So we just have the violations swapped.
Okay. And why 10,000?
Because there was a previous case on it that it's been brought before code board before. It's a repeat.
Can we clarify, because it sounds like the property owner is stating that there was not a fine on this property, it was for another property that they are the property manager for. We just have our clerk clarify that.
So we could go on the list.
I just want to make sure we're accurate.
I believe
This code-
the violations are correct. I believe that it was the
Oh,
aerial.
oh, okay.
Just the aerial was wrong on both cases.
Okay.
Just on the
Which-
property appraisal.
Right.
Okay.
But the actual case itself, this is for lemongrass.
Oh, okay.
Correct,
Okay.
418?
Well, yeah. 92 is okay. Yep,
Okay,
you're right.
I thought you were saying that the
So
lemongrass did not have a previous.
what was the issue with lemongrass last time?
It was the same illicit discharge.
But do we know it came from lemongrass? It does it not matter?
I think it was on the same property.
Oh,
It was not my case, so I don't know the specifics to it.
okay.
Sounds like this keeps happening, huh?
It's been a nightmare. It's been a total nightmare.
Well, you know, I am a man of my word, which is when it happens again, I have to be harsher. So in this case, I'll give you a little bit of a break with the hope that I won't see you again, but I'll set it at $7,500 for the discharge, payable within 30 days. And hopefully this will be the end of it.
I hope so.
We'd ask for authority to lien if it's not paid within 30 days, please.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Case number 4, code 250000121. Owner's name is Christopher W. Kratsky. Property address is 126 Seabreeze Avenue, presented by Code Officer LaToya Thompson.
Good afternoon, Special Magistrate. My name is Code Officer LaToya Thompson with the City of Delray Beach Code Enforcement Division. I'm here regarding an erosion and sediment control method violation located at 126 Seabreeze Avenue, Delray Beach, Florida. This violation is irreversible. On Monday, July 28, 2025, Code Enforcement received an email complaint from Stormwater Engineer Moises Cuesta regarding an illicit discharge at 126 Seabreeze Avenue, Delray Beach. The following day, Tuesday, July 29th, I, Code Officer LaToya Thompson, investigated the site. I observed sediment from the construction site discharging into the gutters, which then flowed into the catch basin just north of the property. This constitutes as irreversible violation of the City of Delray Beach Land Development Regulations, Section 4.6.17, subsection D, subsection 3, subsection 4, erosion and sediment control methods, which state, prior to and during construction of all sites, the permittee and or the responsible party shall implement and maintain all erosion and sediment control measures, best management practices, including the pollution prevention plan, required to retain sediment on site and to prevent violation of the state and federal water quality standards. All practices shall be in accordance with the guidelines and specifications in the Florida Stormwater Erosion and Sedimentation Control Guidelines Control Inspector Manual, or the latest edition on file with the City of Delray Beach Chief Building Official. Subsection 4 says, after the conclusion of the land disturbance activity, no disturbed area may be left denuded, and every disturbed area must be covered with mulch such as straw, hay, filter fabric, seed, mulch, sod, and other approved materials to extend necessary coverage, otherwise denuded areas, unless the city engineer determines that the circumstances do not require such covering, within 60 days after the final grade is established on any portion of the project site. That portion of the site shall be provided with established permanent soil stabilized measure according to the original construction plan, whether it be impervious surface or landscaping. A magistrate violation was posted to the property on August 1st, 2025. Magistrate violation was mailed first class and certified mail and posted at City Hall August 1st, 2025. There is a total of 5 photos and 1 videos I would like to introduce as evidence.
All right. Thank you. I'm now showing you as been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. When was this taken and what does it depict?
This was taken July 29th, 2025. This depicts the property denuded, no silk fence, no kind of erosion or sediment control in place.
All right. City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes.
This is, you can see also the sediment running down into the gutter, heading towards the north catch basin. The next picture will depict.
Okay. So on July 28th, you received the complaint from Mr. Cuesta, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And at the time, had this sediment, in his opinion, been wet and streaming down?
Yes.
So when you say running down, is this kind of like the remnants?
Yeah, just the dry leftovers that
Okay.
you can tell. Yes.
Thank you. City's Exhibit 3 for identification purposes.
I believe this is the video that I took.
It's not.
Is it a certain way? Yeah, the Linda. Then yeah, that's the video. Oh, no, this is the video. I'm sorry. The last one. The last one is the video.
Okay, can we go back, please? Thank you. City's Exhibit 3. This is just the photograph of the area.
Yeah, it's a photograph of the streaming. I'm taking photographs of the sediment, and there goes the sediment right there in the catch basin.
So this is City's Exhibit 4,
Four.
taken on July 29th.
29th,
So that
yes.
is the city's catch basin, so you can see the dirt and
Yes.
the leaves. And is this similar to what Mr. Morse has described in the initial complaint?
Yes, ma'am.
City's Exhibit 5 for identification purposes.
It's just another
Photograph
photo.
of the city's catch basin.
Yes.
And there you can see the
The
remnants
sediment.
inside, actually, if you look through,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. City's Exhibit 6, is this the video that you referred to?
Yeah, video's coming back. I'm walking back now towards the property from the catch basin.
So the purpose of you doing this is this so you can specifically track where the sediment was coming from to the construction site.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Some of it you can still see this kind of muddy water.
Yes.
All right, this time the city would like to introduce the 6 photographs and video into evidence.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Joe Moser.
Mr. Moser, can you tell me your position with the respondent?
I'm the builder of this home. It's a new construction. Mr. Crack, he's not even in town, so this is something for me to handle.
Does Mr. Kratky know that you're here on his behalf?
I let him know about this yesterday. I wasn't sure that I'd be able to make it, but he's aware of the letter that was posted on his front door.
And he confirmed that you have authority to be here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Moser, do you have any objections to the photographs and video the city would like to put in evidence?
No.
Without objection, I'll put those in evidence as today's composite exhibit. Does the city have anything further?
Did you do have a posting?
Yeah, yes, the posting.
Okay.
Everything was done on.
Not at this time.
Mr. Moser?
As you can see, we were in the middle of a landscape install. It's a new home, new construction. We removed all of the erosion control rock prior to landscape install. I wasn't aware they wanted a sill fence up in those. It's a matter of days where we install, about a 2-week process. Mrs. Thompson was kind enough to meet me there this morning. I've already put a sill fence up, and we'll be done next week with the landscape install. It doesn't look like anything, even from the photos and video, there was hardly anything in that gutter, and it's been dry. We take a lot of effort, and actually there's a catch basin on our property or on the corner that we have, it's all filter fabriced off. If I was aware of that one to the north, I could have easily fabricated that off as well. Really not a big deal. Honestly, my number and name is on both signs on the job site. If somebody had called or texted me, I would have done it, on the 28th or 29th or whenever this engineer came by. And actually, the city engineer that I work with, occasionally he calls or texts me. Jeff is his name, and will mention to me, "Hey, Joe, can you add some rock to, along Basin Drive or Seabreeze or do this or that?" And we comply and take care of it. This was a little surprising to me to have this on the front door. I didn't even notice it until I think yesterday or the day before. The front door is not in use. It's a new home, so there's not even a handle set on it. But anyways, that's all I could say.
What's the city seeking here?
A one-time fine in the amount of $5,000 to be paid within 30 days, or a lien will be placed on the property.
Mr. Moser?
I don't think there should be any fine at all, but I'm at your guys' mercy here. So, and the reason I say that is I'm easily accessible. Like a phone call or a text, and I would have had either that catch basin fabriced off, or sill fence up, or both. And honestly, there's a whole bunch of road work.
I suspect what the city would say, and I guess I've been doing this all day today, but their argument probably would be that it's not their job to, to make sure that you're doing, they're not your property maintenance person, that you're supposed to know to do this. And I believe everything you told me. I don't think that this was an intentional, attempt to, to bypass the city regulations. But it's also true that, there's pretty good evidence that silt and other substances were getting in the storm drains. And, as I've been saying all day today, The city's pretty strict about such things and I have to say for probably good reasons. I've probably learned a lot more about garbage juice and silt than I ever wanted to know in my life in this job. And there are serious consequences to those things. And as a builder, I suspect that you know those. And that's one of the reasons that you put up silt fences. As in the case of the previous one, I'll cut you a little bit of a break here. I mean, as a builder, you should know better and definitely have silt fences up, especially where stuff goes in the storm drain. What was the city seeking here, 5?
Yes.
I'll reduce it to $3,500 payable within 30 days, where the city will have the right to foreclose or to lien. Sorry. Good luck. I hope I don't see you again. You do seem like a good builder, so I hope it doesn't come up again.
Thanks.
Case number 5, code 25000123. Owner's name is Edward and Jane Graham. Property address is 1180 Nassau Street, and it's presented by Code Officer LaToya Thompson.
Good afternoon, Special Magistrate. My name is Code Officer LaToya Thompson with the City of Delray Beach Code Enforcement Division. I'm here regarding an erosion control standard violation located at 1180 Nassau Street, Delray Beach, Florida. This violation is irreparable, irreversible. On Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025, I, Code Enforcement Officer LaToya Thompson, received a citizen complaint regarding a construction site located at 1180 Nassau Street, Delray Beach. The complainant alleged that contractors were cutting tile without a wet saw, causing dust to pollute the air. The complainant provided photos to support their complaints. I've contacted both property owner and the contractor via email regarding this issue. This activity violates the City of Delray Beach Land Development Regulation Section 4.6.17, subsection C, subsection 2, erosion control standards, which states the developer/owner shall be required to comply with the state ambient air quality standard in accordance with the Florida Administrative Code, Chapter 17-2, on confined emissions, which specifies standards for quality air. A magistrate violation was posted at the property August 1st, 2025. A magistrate violation was mailed first class and certified mail and posted at the city on August 1st, 2025. There is a total of 4 photos taken by the complainant that I would like to introduce as evidence.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Ms. Thompson. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please state your full name and where you reside for the record?
Sure. My full name is, George Siddell, and I live at 1127 Nassau Street in Delray Beach, and it's directly across the street to the complex. There's actually 4 units.
Can you move the mic?
If you can,
Yeah.
so we can't really move. You know what? If you want to just, I hate to have you move so we can speak in, so you're not uncomfortable.
Okay.
If you just want to speak into the mic over here. Thank you.
Do you want me to start over again?
Please do, sir.
Okay. George Siddell, I live at 1127 Nassau Street. It is directly across the street from the complex it's in question. There's 4 units in there. The 2 front ones, 1180 and 1190, are the ones in question.
Okay, and so you live directly across the street. All right.
Yeah.
So did you report an incident that was occurring at that home regarding the air?
I did.
And describe to us what was happening?
Well, basically, there were actually 2 gentlemen that I saw at the time, and both of them had what I refer to as non-wet saws. The units can be you can actually attach a hose to them, but yet there was no hose and there was no water. And quite frankly, it is something that can be actually eliminated by just even pouring water on, but they weren't doing it. They were literally they were just cutting these, and it wasn't really tile. I think after looking at it, it looked like it was marble or stone of some sort. And so this went on for the entire project, and to me, it is a health hazard. It was blowing across the street. You could taste it in the air, and I don't know what else to say.
So you contacted the Code Enforcement Office on or about July 23rd?
Yes.
Okay. I'm now showing you has been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
I'm sorry?
I'm now showing Exhibit 1, the photograph. Do you
This is one of
recognize the
photographs
photo?
I sent in, yes.
Okay. And could you describe in the photograph, I know you talked a little bit about what was happening, but in this photograph specifically, what does it depict?
There was what, I'm sorry?
What does it depict? What does it show?
Oh, it shows them operating the saw, and as a result, this is the outcome.
Is that the cloud that you described that was polluting
Oh,
the
yes.
air?
Oh, and I think the other picture even shows more.
Okay,
It
let's.
was aerosol, there we go. And it just came, and of course, we live by the ocean, so it was blowing across the street, and it was on our property, neighbors' properties. The cars were, some of the neighbors actually had black cars. They looked gray.
Okay, in that city's Exhibit 2, you can see a large cloud in this one, correct? All right, city's Exhibit 3 for identification purposes. Is this another photograph of what was happening that day?
Yes, yes, it was.
And it's kind of a wider screen, and you can see how it's even kind of blowing.
That's exactly right. In fact, you can see the items that they were cutting in the truck.
All right, city's Exhibit 4 for identification purposes.
Yes, that's the same one, yes.
Okay, so it's just a kind of a different angle of the items blowing, and it's kind of going up, out.
You could just say it was blowing up, and then, and of course, living where we live, you have a nice breeze that comes off the ocean, so it pretty much goes all over the neighborhood.
All right. At this time, the city would like to introduce the 4 exhibits into evidence.
Is anyone here on behalf of the respondent?
Oh, no, that's his wife.
All right, without objection, I'll accept in evidence the 4 photos as the city's composite exhibit.
Thank you so much, sir. I
Okay.
appreciate you
I
coming.
have something else I'd like to add. May I?
It's really kind of up to
Well,
the city
if
attorney.
it's about this specific case,
Okay,
because we can only
that's
talk
okay.
about that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
What's the city seeking here?
A one-time fine in the amount of $5,000 to be paid within 30 days, or a lien will be placed on the property.
All right, in case 25000123, I'll make the following findings of fact. On the I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 4.6.17C2, specifically the discharge of erosion materials, and that cloud of gray particulate matter that's depicted in the photographs. I issue a one-time fine in the amount of $5,000 payable within 30 days, or the city has the right to lien. Is that it? All right, seeing no further business before us, we are adjourned.
Thank you.